My favorite part of winter camp was probably the worship music and playing all the sports and the games. One thing I learned at winter camp was to trust God more and just listen to his calling.
My favorite part of winter camp was playing basketball, and the worship team was really good. And one thing I learned was that we need to shift and reconnect with God and focus on him more in the new year.
My favorite part about winter camp was the services, and one thing I learned is to focus on the good things more than the bad things.
My favorite thing about winter camp was having a lot of free time and being able to just take in what we've learned. And one thing I learned is that the problems I'm going to have in the future are already resolved.
My favorite part of winter camp was the tube sledding, and what I learned was that we should shift to God so we can learn more about him and that we can follow him through hard times.
My favorite part of winter camp was playing ice hockey with my friends, and I learned that God is always with you, even in the dark times.
My favorite part was probably the worship and hanging out with friends, and one thing I learned is that we should shift our minds and our hearts towards God.
My favorite thing about winter camp was the praying, and one thing I learned was getting closer to God.
My favorite part of winter camp was also ice hockey, and I love the compelling stories that the speaker would teach us.
My favorite thing about winter camp was spending time with friends, and something I learned was that we should shift our minds to be with God.
My favorite thing about winter camp was probably learning more about God, and one thing I learned was to dedicate more time to learning about God and reading the Bible.
My favorite part about winter camp was the silent disco, and one thing I learned was to take time out of my day to focus on the Lord.
One thing I liked about winter camp was I got to meet a lot of new people, and one thing I learned was to set time in my day for Jesus.